Another day, another morning, but this one is actually such a chilly one that I had to pull out one of my favorite thrifted knits because I don't know, Florida's just going through a little bit of a cold front right now. But hey, living in a state that barely gets any chilly weather, I'll definitely take it. But the rain and the gloom, it's not gonna keep us from everything we have to do today, and I'm so excited to actually head out the door because we are starting off our morning with a new Facebook Marketplace pickup. This is gonna be the solution for such a problem area in the house, and I can't wait to tell you all about it. But first things first, I gotta get on my way soon, so let's make ourselves a nice cold coffee. So let's make one together. And we've also got a new creamer to try today. I'm about to make my instant coffee latte, and I have a little bit of a learning moment to share with you guys because if you take a look at my coffee corner, you can see that my coffee jar that I've thrifted and styled in the past is missing. And let me tell you, that coffee jar right now, as pretty as it was, is now in the garbage, and here's why. I went ahead and plopped in my instant coffee into that jar. The entire thing, okay? And when I came back to it the next morning, what did I see? All of the coffee beans were wet and sopping. I was so confused, so after doing a little bit more research, I learned if they are not sealed properly, then the ceramics actually can absorb a lot of moisture. So when I put in my coffee into there, the coffee started to absorb all the liquid and it was disgusting. But in the meantime, it is the unaesthetic jars that will have to do. 1 teaspoon is basically equivalent to a shot of espresso. So 2 teaspoons go into this, adding in my sweetener too, which I love to use brown sugar. 2 things that I love to sprinkle in is a little bit of salt, which actually cuts the bitterness of the coffee, and then a tiny dash of cinnamon for some extra yummy flavor. This brand Too Good actually came out with a lavender coffee creamer that is kosher. So small splash of that. That is so good. Wow, that's actually really good. Subtly sweet and like very spring. I don't know how to explain it, but all right, we got our little coffee to go. And at this point, we can officially say, hey babes, what is up? It's Haley and welcome back to my channel. All right, today's vlog, let me just say, there are some areas in this home that I feel like constantly get messy and are in desperate need of organizing. And our first Facebook Marketplace pickup is hopefully going to be such a solution to a pain point in my life, which is our entryway. The way that our home is laid out, our front door basically enters right into the middle of the house. There's not really a storage closet or anything in there. So in a previous vlog, you guys actually saw that I took this blank wall that was right by my door and I added this incredible thrifted rack to help with some of the organization for things like purses and jackets, a little drop-off corner, I would say, for your everyday things that you want to grab before you head out the door. I love how that little space turned out. The issue is that we still have not been able to figure out a proper place to put our shoes. I just need to show you exactly what it is that we're dealing with here. This area, I love. Practical, great, a place for our mail, a place for our bags, a place to sit to put our shoes on, but no place for our actual shoes. And yes, I'm definitely the majority culprit. Most of these are mine. But every time I come into the front door and I look at this, I sigh. We need a solution here. And hopefully by the end of today, we'll get it. So on a late night scroll on Facebook Marketplace, I'm telling you, those 2 a.m. scrolls, that's when you find the best stuff. But I was able to come across this incredible wooden bench that is also a storage bench. I asked her for the dimensions and they will fit that spot in my entryway by the wall so perfectly. The only thing is with this, taking a look at the photos, the stain on it is abhorrent. It is so ugly. It is one of those like really orangey, like old stain looks, but the build and the bones of this piece is gorgeous. I was able to talk her down to $25, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick that piece up right now. And then later in today's vlog, I'm going to give this thing a makeover to make it look like something so expensive, so pretty, and a vintage piece that's truly gonna complement my home. You guys saw I added my new desk to my office, which is also gonna be acting as my vanity. So I would really love to find, maybe thrift some organization components for it. One of my favorite skincare brands, Primally Pure, is actually sponsoring today's video. And you guys, I love their products so much. Because I use them so much, I want to be able to display them on my vanity in a way that is easily accessible. So together I'm going to take you along. We're going to hopefully be thrifting like a wall rack, a wall shelf, something I can use to prop up my favorite skincare. It's basically another episode of getting to things that I've been avoiding. So let's stop avoiding them together. But being that I just sat down on Liana for a nap, I do have a little bit of free time, and like I said, we are on the hunt for some storage solutions today. Let's go on ahead and stop by the thrift store, and I'm just manifesting, hopefully finding some really good storage solution items to help this spring cleaning go smoothly and just get organized. So hey Siri, take me to Red, White, and Blue thrift store. Let's go! You guys, I just cannot believe it. This is insane. I started off at the back of the thrift store today to like work my way down. What is something that I told you in the beginning of the video? The whole coffee jar incident, the fact that I needed a new container to hold my instant coffee. If I tell you that there is a dream container that I would want, it's this one right here. Are you freaking kidding me? It literally says instant coffee. I told myself maybe I'll find something for my coffee today, but you see this right here? This, I don't know how to pronounce it, but this design, this brand, this is what it's called. I've been finding this pattern, this blue color in so many things, in teacups, in a flower container, in like an old whiskey bottle. I love it so much. The fact that I've been able on so many thrift trips to curate this collection slowly, and this coffee jar will be the best addition to that collection. Oh my gosh. I already know that this brand creates really good ceramics, so I don't have to worry about any of that moisture issue. But for $3.99, this is so meant to be. And if there's anything I really want from you guys, it's to think outside the box. For example, even though I'm looking for makeup and organization stuff, think about things that you wouldn't usually use, but can still work. Look at how gorgeous this glass piece is. I love the green tint. I'm thinking to prop this up on my vanity, and this will be the place that will hold all my blushes and my bronzers, my little shimmers, my highlighters. I have so many of those, and I think it can be so pretty to display them on the desk with this. I can dig around for them whenever I need it, but it's just a nice way to have them accessible without being an eyesore. So that could be something fun. So especially you, if you have a smaller space, there's actually different variations of glass bowls that you can use for this. I actually really love the size of this one. For like my everyday blushes and bronzers, I feel like this is actually a better size. For $2.99, I love the little footed details of this, and it would look so pretty just resting on that vanity. So let me collect the ones that I love. This one is also really pretty too, and would be perfect for like flat products if I want to stand them up. And then I also really love ones that kind of look like stands. This one is a little bit too big, but this one, if you guys want some inspo pictures on what I'm talking about, this is a perfect size actually to hold my everyday makeup, because I don't have a ton of stuff that I use, so I love that. And then I don't know, I really love the look of this little one for potentially my lip products, because they're very small and I have quite a bit of them, so I think that can look so pretty stacked up next to it. $2.99 for this. Another option for makeup brushes can definitely be things like this. Taller kind of glassware or vases can be so cute. I love the little daisy flower on this one. And don't just consider glassware, silverware is actually such a beautiful one too. I've been seeing this so much on Pinterest, and I actually think a tray like this could be so nice to stand up a couple of my favorite products, like my deodorant, my dry shampoo, that kind of stuff. And only $6.99 for real silver is insane. So grabbing that too. You guys know this is not a full-blown thrift trip, but a section that I feel like I don't pass up anymore is the book section. I found a coffee table book here a couple of weeks ago, which is my favorite artist, Claude Monet, and ever since I was like, okay, I just can't pass up the book section anymore. Of course, I always look for something blue, but this book right over here feels like home, transforming your space from uninspiring to uniquely yours. If that's not my tagline for my channel, then I don't know what is. Oh, like look at that freaking couch. So much of this, like that canopy is very much my style. Like look at that piece. Every photo, that kitchen. If somebody was to take my brain style and put it down into a book, totally. I mean, even all this dishware, literally, I thrifted something so similar to that just now. The touches of blue, everything. Mariah Parsons, I don't know who you are, but I love your style. If you guys ever need some good thrift inspiration, check out the books at the thrift store. You can find designers and styles that you never even knew about. I mean, for $3.99, that is such a nice, affordable way to get inspired, right? I'm telling you, I really feel like God above is listening to me. I just mentioned to you guys how my favorite artist is Claude Monet. Right up there! I cannot believe it. This is such a gorgeous art print. Art print, oil painting, I never know until I get rid of the glass and feel for myself. Most likely an actual art print, but she is so beautiful. I have to say, I don't love prints that have matting, so I'm gonna try to see if I can find a smaller frame to fit this, but she's so beautiful. And I don't know, lately I kind of want to change up the vibe in my office. I feel like I went very much in like a pastel direction, which is fine, but I'm looking to curate more of a vintage art gallery. And I think that piece will be so perfect, and it's only $9.99. No, really, you guys, you can't make this stuff up. I am truly in disbelief, you guys. Is this the day of Monet? It rhymes. But I just found literally my favorite print or painting from Monet. This is the exact one that I have in my kitchen, but on a smaller scale, and I've always dreamed to find a larger one. And oh my gosh, this is perfect. I cannot believe it's just $19.99, so $20. And I don't think you realize like how big this is. I'm definitely picking this up, like the day of Monet. Seriously. Hi guys. So I got hurt. I got hurt pretty bad. You guys may have seen me in my last video, but halfway through filming this vlog, I actually basically did something I usually do. I tripped over air. As I was going downstairs, I like skipped over the last step and I landed on my foot in a way that sprained my ankle, and I have been in so much pain since then. But I have to say, I've officially graduated from the crutches and now I just have this boot that I gotta keep on, I don't know, for at least a week. But that's okay, we're rolling with the punches because today we're finally gonna be getting into doing our little thrift flip of the bench. And yes, I had to send Aaron to get it because obviously I am injured. So it's here, it is downstairs, and we are gonna be getting to that project today, which I'm so excited about. But first off, I have to show you guys everything I picked up at the thrift store for my makeup vanity organization. But as you know, I really like to display my makeup on my desk as I'm getting ready in the morning. So together at the thrift store, we picked up a bunch of different like glassware that I think could make for such pretty makeup holders instead of the typical acrylic plastic-y ones that you use. So I gathered all of my everyday makeup into here, and let's go and organize it on the desk so I could show you how much prettier this looks, and it's so easy for you to thrift for yourself. So happy, guys. I finally have my dream getting ready vanity in my own space, in my own room, because right now I used to have all of my makeup laid out in the bathroom, and my husband, as much as he loves me, he's like, babe, you gotta find a better place to get ready. So I'm so glad I have my own little space now. And I'm telling you, adding these little glass jars to kind of hold your everyday makeup essentials, I'll store away the ones I use less in the actual drawers. It's not only practical, but it's so pretty because it actually looks good on the table now. So even when I decide to use this as a desk and do some work over here with my laptop, it's just sitting here looking pretty. I even dedicated one glass jar to one of my favorite recent discoveries of a brand, and it is Primally Pure. Slowly but surely, I am telling you about different brands that are good replacements for non-toxic products. And when it comes to skincare or like everyday women's products especially, Primally Pure is a brand that I really want to recommend to you guys because this is the mantra they live by. Everything on their website is made with real natural ingredients, nothing artificial, nothing unnecessary, only simple ingredient lists that you can actually read with products that actually work. If any of you guys have tried to switch to natural deodorant, you know that most of the time they don't work. I've tried quite a few, some I kind of like, but at the end of the day, I still felt like they left me feeling stinky. This right here is the blue tansy one that I've been using every single day. Not only does it smell amazing, it's made with clean ingredients, no aluminum, no artificial fragrance. This is also the only deodorant that has not irritated my skin even after using it for a really long time. And that's probably because of the coconut oil and tallow that they use in this, which tallow is actually a natural oil that is very similar to the oils in our skin. So it actually absorbs into the skin instead of irritating it. And you know what? Given the fact that we are actually going to be doing a DIY outside in the Florida sun, I'm just gonna do a quick reapply of this because I am definitely gonna be getting sweaty. Something else you will always see on my vanity is their dry shampoo. And this dry shampoo, oh my gosh, ever since switching to a natural dry shampoo, you can't go back. It actually has a little fine mist that you apply to your hair that you can blend right in. I get asked about my hair a lot on how I keep it healthy, and honestly the trick is I don't wash my hair that often. I honestly only have 2 hair wash days in the week. I hope that's not gross. Comment down below, especially you gals. I want to know, how often do you wash your hair in a week? One of my best friends swears that she has to wash her hair every single night, but I feel like when I do that, my hair tends to get so greasy. So my solution is to always just go in with a dry shampoo, give it a little bit of a refresh between washes. I mean, I am on day 3 here right now, and you probably can't even tell. And then finally, the last thing that I had to give a special shout out mention to, because especially now with this boot on my leg, I have been so grateful to the Primally Pure body butter. I have had this for so long and I've barely made a dent in it because it is so solid. It melts into your skin like a dream. I've been applying this so much, specifically on my leg right now, because this boot has been chafing my skin so badly. So in these last few days especially, I've been drowning myself in this. It smells amazing, full of nourishing fats and vitamins. If you've been wanting to switch over to cleaner products, but ones that actually work, these are just a couple of my favorites, but on top of that, they have some incredible serums, cleansers, mists. Every product that you're looking to replace a cleaner version of in your skincare, they have it. Plus their products are also so beautiful too. So pretty, in fact, that I can leave them here on my vanity, reach for them when I need it without them being an eyesore. So thank you so much to Primally Pure for partnering with me. If you guys do want to check out their products, I'm gonna leave everything linked down below. You could use the code Haley's Corner to get 15% off your order. And now that we've officially provided a storage solution for my vanity, let's get to the storage solution for downstairs. The shoe storage bench, I have been itching to get my hands on this. And there she is, the one, the only, the beautiful storage bench. Well, beautiful to a point. Look at the bones. Look at the beautiful curves. Look at all of these wooden spindles. Even this metallic hardware I love so much. And the fact that she has so much storage is incredible. Like, this thing is so deep. Even a soft close too. Truly, you guys, this little storage bench I have such high hopes for. The weather today is so nice too, and something I didn't already mention to you is that we are actually not going to be doing the traditional sand and stain with this. Last time when I went ahead and restained my desk, I just forgot how much work it is to remove stain. It's one thing to remove paint, okay? Doing it the typical way, you need to remove paint if you want to see the wood grain, but an item like this, it doesn't actually have any paint on it. It's just varnish and stain, that thing that makes it look orange. So I came across this on Instagram, and I'm actually so intrigued to try it, because if this is gonna work, it's going to be such a game changer, because there's already so many things in my house that I want to change the color of. Like, this is Naomi's toddler chair. We love it. It's amazing, but they don't come in any nice colors, only in this orange varnish. So if I can go and recoat it using this product to make it look more of a chocolate wood that would actually match the rest of my home, that would be amazing. And this right here is what it is. This is called Reticate Liquid Wood. Basically, the way that it works is, as you can see, it comes in different colors. I did a light wood because I want my wood to be a light wood base. This is a kind of paint that I think has some texture in it, so that when you apply it, it is meant to look like wood. And the whole aspect of this is that this is a product that you use when you don't want to strip something down to its raw wood, because obviously it can be a lot of work, especially when you have so many wooden curves like what you saw over there. So the concept of this is that you go ahead and you wipe down your piece completely. Ideally, it is always best to scuff sand it, so I'm going to use my sander to give it like a really light scuff sand. And then, without taking off any of the varnish or the poly or any of that, you just go in with this. You apply this with a paintbrush in even strokes, and it is made to look like a wooden finish. But once this dries down, you can actually go and take a real wood stain and apply it on top, and apparently it looks really similar, if not just the same as actual wood, which I am hoping to do, because painting something on without having to remove old varnish is so much easier. We had a little bit of an explosion. Good thing I changed out of my polka dot skirt, because I had a feeling, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna ruin my favorite polka dot skirt. It was a good call, let's just say that. Let me just say, you guys, this product is insane. That was the before, and then this is already the after. It is looking so much like raw wood, and I'm so excited to start staining it. We're gonna do one more thin coat of this and 2 coats on here. Then once it's dry, we'll move on to the next step. Well, good morning, babes. It is actually the next morning, and let me tell you, this was definitely a bit of a learning curve, because whenever I applied the gel stain to the bench, I just didn't realize how quickly you have to work with it, so it started to dry down and it got really sticky. So then when I added these mineral sprints, basically what they do is they thin out that gel, and at that point I just kind of like rubbed it all over. I took a piece of paper towel and wiped off that excess, and I really loved the color that it left me with. So I let that dry overnight, and I actually went ahead and did an overnight Lowe's order. I've mentioned to you guys, Lowe's is the best place. If you ever need any like last minute DIY stuff for your project, if you order before 2 p.m, it literally arrives the same day, and I ordered it last night. So I got a couple of more rags. These are basically like t-shirt material, and the reason as to why I got them is because we are going to be adding our top coat now, which is polyurethane. I got 2 different types. This one right here is a wipe-on one that I'm actually going to be applying with the cloths. I usually use the brush ones, but the problem with the brush ones is that you usually have those paint drips, which obviously I don't want. So you just wipe on this with this, and then the reason as to why I got the same thing in a spray version is because you saw we have all of those spindles and like awkward curves. I actually think I'm going to spray those parts instead of using the wipe-on, so that there's no drippage, and I feel like it's actually going to work. So let me take you on outside. I'll show you what the bench is looking like. We'll get to sealing her and then putting her back together. Okay, so I just finished the one coat. I'm gonna let that dry in the meantime. And I actually do have some company, you know. Everybody has their own kitchen. His kitchen is here outside.
We're only outside.
He's actually grilling us up some dinner. We've got some steaks on the grill, some chicken that we're gonna get done too. Listen, getting a grill has been a game changer. Why? Because I have to spend less time in the kitchen. There's no dishes. Everything is just done right here and you're done, which is something I'm really happy about. Plus, last time Eran finished something on the grill, he's like, I feel so manly. This is so great.
Nah, it's like a real man now.
So I'm gonna let the first coat dry and then we're gonna go and reapply coat number 2. And I have to say, it is looking so good. Yesterday, I was like really scared because there were so many places that I was like, ugh, it's not perfect. I didn't swipe it on as well here, or I put too much over here. So I'm probably gonna go in and do 2 to 3 more coats, only because this is a place that's gonna have a lot of traffic. We're gonna be sitting on this, changing our shoes, opening it, closing it. So I really wanna make sure it's as scratch proof as possible. And then once all 3 coats are dry, we can get back to reassembling. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am obsessed. I cannot believe that we literally transformed this storage bench from this orange, bright eyesore into this gorgeous chocolatey brown entryway storage bench. I mean, look at how beautiful this tone is. And I know that this is your absolute favorite color whenever I do it. It's the same color that I have in my breakfast nook table. And the way that we got it, it was definitely a little bit of a mission, but worth the payoff because she is stunning. I just love how she nestles so perfectly right by the front entrance. This provides us a clear place for us to sit down, get our shoes on. And right on over here, I'm actually going to be adding some compartments so that the girls can store their shoes. We can put some slippers in here too. I painted the entire inside beige so that it just looks a lot cleaner. And I mean, I am so happy with how she's looking here. You know what brings me joy? The fact that literally every single thing in this corner is thrifted, from our hanging wood rack to the bench to the picture frame to even this pot that is holding these flowers. There's nothing I love more than curating thrifted items for my home, and this is now a corner that feels almost fully complete. The one thing that I absolutely cannot believe about this is that this wooden texture that you see is not the actual wood. This is all painted wood, but look at how realistic it looks. Of course, we have all of these like little scratches that are natural to just the piece being vintage over time. Of course, I could have done a better job with some more practice, but I still think it's so crazy how I literally painted on wood grain. Am I right? I mean, just look at how perfect it is. The height is also so good, both for me and for the kids, especially now with this boot on my foot. It's gonna be so nice and convenient to be able to put my shoes on here, and then whenever I don't need them, you just plop this open and dunk it right in. But of course, at this point, I definitely need a little bit of your help, because as much as I do love the way that the bench is looking as is, part of me really thinks that we should go ahead and add a cushion on top of this bench. Here are a couple of inspo pictures of what I was thinking. I just feel like there's so many wood tones going on around here that I really wanted to add a really fun pop of color or texture in the fabric, and I think adding a cushion here will also make it a little bit more comfortable for when we do come sit. And here's the thing, I really want to go ahead and make one myself, of course take you through it in the next vlog. So I would love your advice. First of all, do you think that the bench needs a cushion, or should we just leave it as is? That's question number 1. Question number 2, if we do go ahead and add a cushion, what kind of fabric or texture do you think would look good here? Should I do something solid? Should I do a pattern? And more importantly, what kind of color should we lean into? We can either try to add in some of the blues, make it more Martha Stewart, Nancy Meyers vibes, or maybe we could do something with like little touches of burgundy to match this frame over here. I feel like I have a lot of ideas. I'm even thinking striped cushion, gingham cushion, solid cushion, floral cushion. There's so many different kind of options. So comment down below, taking a look at this bench, what kind of cushion should I go ahead and customize it for this bench? I'm going to take you through that entire tutorial in a future vlog where I'm going to get the foam myself, either going to try to thrift some fabric according to what you suggest, and then show you a really easy no-sew way to create a cushion like I've actually done in the past. Definitely going to make this a no-sew project because I hate sewing and I want to be able to show you things that are accessible and easy enough to do yourself. That being said, if you guys do want to go ahead and recreate restaining some pieces in your house, I'm going to link down below everything that I used in making this makeover. Maybe try it on like a smaller piece first, like a picture frame or a small little stool, something that you could really just put some practice into before you feel confident enough to take on a big piece of furniture like this. Because even me, the DIY expert, as I self-declare myself, made a couple mistakes and realizations with this one. Big pat on the back for us. I feel like we got so much organization stuff done today. I mean, my vanity is looking better than ever with all of these little glassware pieces that we thrifted. I'm telling you, this is the absolute best way for you guys to organize your bathroom bathroom, your desks, your vanities, if you want to make things look organized but pretty, practical and pretty as I usually say. Along with this thrift flip that we did with the bench as well, we just provided perfect storage solutions in today's video that hopefully gave you guys some inspo to try it out for yourself. With that, I have to say, if you guys are watching up to this point, you know that you're the real MVPs. I love the ones who stick around all the way till the end. If you are watching up to this point, comment down below something related to thrift flips. Comment down below flipping pretty because I actually feel like these organization solutions are flipping pretty, and I truly hope that they provided you some really good inspo too. Down below you can see everything that I've used in these DIYs, along with the thing that's been keeping me smelling great as I've been sweating through all of this, my Primally Pure deodorant, body butter, and dry shampoo, everything that keeps me looking nice and fresh for you guys as I go ahead and do all of these DIYs. Leave me your suggestions below on what you think about this bench. Are we done? Is it like perfect the way it is, or does it need a cushion? And if so, what color, what pattern, what style should we go for? Leave all of your comments down below because clearly whatever it is you guys decide is what inspires me to move forward with in my projects. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one.